flying back out. I flew in, she flew out and on her way out of there. And I had no idea at that party that she would become part of this team. And they have committed from Adrienne, Lynette, Doug, and all the new corporate team is committed for this new Black Diamond team on your journey to Black Diamond. We all have a like mindset. And the last 20 years is just the beginning. And now the team is out of training. We're ready to play. We're ready to take this thing to the real next level if you're willing to go to work. And Carissa and I, for the last few weeks, we're bringing on nothing but the very best onto these Zooms to put you in a position to win. You're going to win in the mind and you're going to win in the action. And so by bringing the very best in here, you're going to learn something. But right now, you're part of one of the most elite teams in direct sales. And here's why. We are the longest running, most successful team in all of direct sales. The numbers reflected, the before and afters reflected. I'm not saying that to brag. Is one thing we don't do. We don't quit. We're just getting better. And I want to bring the very best here to help you get better. And the conversation we had today, I'm more excited and more impressed than I've ever been because now I'm surrounded by the right corporate team. I've got the right teams in the field and we're coming after it. And you know what? We're not taking any prisoners. It's time to go to the next level. And you look at yourself. If I'm going to be associated with the caliber of these ladies, they're their own CEOs in their own rights. And I'm going to be trained by these guys and I get to work arm in arm with you every single day. So Adrienne, thank you for your time. I know you're busy. You got to travel, you got Dallas, you got Knoxville, all across the United States. You live over in Kansas. You got it going on. I understand. Thank you for your time. So come in and let's pour into these people and let's give them that specific plan of action with that vision beyond $1 billion.
Yeah, absolutely. So thank you, Rusty, for allowing me to be, with your team tonight. And I think when we talked today, I was just so honored, right? And that you would even reach out to me as a new person. By the way, everyone, this is day number 23 for me. And Lanisa knows that. And Lisa, thank you for your kind words. I know it's challenging, coming into a new situation and meeting someone new. But, I was telling Rusty today, when divine intervention happens, you just get the call and you go. You don't care what's in front of you, what's behind you. Doug always says, don't look behind you because you're not going that way. And I'm like, okay, got you. Coach Mark always says we are now on offense. So I told Rusty, I said, game on, we're ready to play. And as we talked to each other, we found out that a lot of our background is it's pretty much the same. So you've got your girl, you've got Rusty, you've got me, you've got this whole company behind you. And what I told Rusty today, this is actually going to be It Works 2.0. So when we talk about going for, the heels, I'm not even going to put a title on it because I don't want you to cap yourself. I want you to keep on going, and Rusty mentioned two things. He mentioned belief. He mentioned vision. I can give you all the tools. I'm not even sure what Lanisa even talked to you about today, but I'm glad she was here. But when we talk about putting the plan into action, we can say, you know what? We know how to make cash. We know how to build it because you all have done it before. But beyond the $1 billion, that's why we're here. And Rusty, let me tell you something. If you need me back weekly, how you doing? I will be here. Just so we're clear. I have no problem with that because I told Rusty, let me just give you a little background. I've been in this industry for over 20 years. I have done everything from being out in the field to actually, being in a startup to building a $100 million company, $250 million company, $500 million company, $1 billion company. And we're going to take this to beyond. And we're going to take it to beyond with It Works. Okay. So let me just say that to be clear. So I can talk to you about the compensation plan. I'm going to talk a little bit about, the incentives that we have to drive that. But I'm going to talk to you what it looks like, in the new world. Give me just a second because you're going to hear my puppy bark here in just a second. Hold on. Come on, Miss Lola. Okay. Now I have to introduce you. Like I'm an empty nester. My oldest is going to be 30 in like a few days, but this is my little baby. So this is Lola. I have to just introduce you to her. She has her pajamas on, y'all. Okay. So she's going to go over there. But anyway, so I know, girl. Thank you, Joy. No, I wish I was. No, I don't. I wouldn't go back to that. But anyway, he's going to be 30. I just got off the phone with him. And, he's having those 30-year-old problems. Like, oh, Lord, what am I going to do life? So I'm like, honey, I was feeding 2 babies, divorce, and all that other stuff. I'll give y'all my backstory later. But this industry, let me give you a little bit of background of why I'm so passionate about this industry, is that it saved my life. It allowed me to keep going, to get up in the morning, to be in a community of people and like-minded people who wanted the same things, who didn't believe that there was a glass ceiling, who wanted more, right? And through that, I was able to keep one foot in front of the other and keep going. But I also kept God first as well. And let me just talk about that. And this is what I told Rusty. And I got so much to say. I got so many notes. But I told Rusty, I said, again, I can talk about all the things that go together, and we're going to talk about that. But I said, when you get like-minded people together who has that fire in their belly, right? And who has a company that is full of belief, but is also belief in God and the word, unstoppable. So I've been here a long time. I will never say, do this, do that, or give advice or something if I haven't done it myself. If I haven't done it, I'm going to say, hey, girl, hey, or hey, brother, that sounds really good, but I haven't done that. But what if we did this? So I want you to know who you're getting right now in the role of Senior Vice President of U.S. Sales. Okay, that's who I am. It's just a title, but I'm all about doing the do. And 98.5% of this is showing up. If you show up, the battle's won, not done. It's won. Okay. So I'm going to talk about the belief in just a second. So we all know that there are several ways to earn, right? We know in the compensation, there is product cash, right? There is fast start bonuses. There are residual sales. There are leadership bonuses and the promotions. We all know that. Many of you have lived the compensation plan. You understand how it works. Rusty said, I did it once, but I'm going to do it again, but I'm taking it beyond the billion. So this is how we do it. The number one thing I can tell you, and I'm a history major, right? Did y'all know I was going to be a lawyer? I'm glad I didn't take that road, but I read a lot. So one of the things that I always learned is your enthusiasm is the number one engine of success, right? If you do something, you're excited about it, the rest is just going to follow in suit. So while all those parameters are in place, they are just the parameters, right? But what you bring to the table as individuals, right? Your vision, your belief, your leadership, your community, all of those things that It Works has built. And now what makes the difference? You say, Adrienne, what makes the difference in, 2022? Well, guess what? Now we have the right people in place. We have the right team in place. We know what we, maybe could have done better. We know what we need to do better. And then right now we've added some strategy in it. Okay. So when we look at 4 things that I can tell you that my team is focused on. So I'm over, just to kind of give you, I'm still learning, 23 days. So I have all of the regional sales managers. I think they were called regional field directors or something like RFDs or something like that. Or field directors or whatever. But anyway, so they're regional sales managers. So we have 4 regions, right? And so my role is to really bring some structure to them, provide really consistent training, and really simplify things, right? And so whether you're 1 day in the business or whether you're 120 days in the business or you're 20 plus years in business, you can do this business. So that's really what my role is, along with partnering with you and having these calls with you and rowing the boat with you. So that's a broad spectrum because I don't want to get you in all the details, but it's really just to bring this in to, It Works 2.0. And that's from the product side, the training side, the field development side, the traveling side, coming and sitting in your living rooms. That's how I do it. So my philosophy is, guess what? We're a startup again. All right. We're a startup again. So think about what I want you to think about real quickly before I get into what I'm going to talk about. What was it like when you were a new DT? Put it in the chat. I want to see it. What did it feel like? What was your why? Right? And I'm sure Lanisa has talked about this, but when you were a new DT, what was it about it that brought you to this business? Excitement. Boom. All right, Carissa, what else? Get out of debt. Boom. Wanted more out of college. To get free reps. Girl, amen. To lose weight. Okay. What else? Love for the product. You're a product of the product. Get out of debt. Ooh, debt and product. Consistent here. Got it. All right. Why? Extra income, right? Love it. Love it. Okay. You can keep putting it in the chat. Freedom. Rusty, talk to me about freedom. I'm going to pick on you a little bit. What does freedom mean? Because you told me today, freedom ain't free. So let's define freedom. Options. Yes, Marion. Options. Freedom, financial freedom is option. You got a choice. My mama tells me that all the time. I was so lonely. Oh, Joy, let's go there. Before, amen, right? That sense of community. Okay. So that's exactly what I'm talking about. Wanting something new to do, some excitement. My why was to prove it didn't work. It was negative. I know. I love it. Look where I am now. Yes, Natasha, we haven't met, but I can't wait to meet. Give my kids more nicer home, bills paid on time, lose some weight. Amen. That was Sarah. I'm right there with you. No judgments. Talk to me about no judgments. I don't know who that is. I wanted products without having to come out of pocket. Yes. And then turn them off and paying into debt. Okay. Coming home full time. Guess what? Would you say that those things are still true? Because it's a cycle, right? So I want you to just close, not now, because I want you watching me. But when we get off, keep groceries in the fridge. Girl, you better talk to me, Alexandra. I know it. Yes. Been there. You know, when I started this business, you know, I had white picket fences and all that good stuff to just give you. And then life flipped me on my edge. And then I found myself, you know, I told my son, I'm like, you're 30. When I was 30, I was divorced and had 2 mouths to feed. What the heck? I have to tell y'all a story. This is true. I was still living in the Midwest. I'm originally from California, just so you guys know. And I had gone out to start my car. And because it's winter, right? And my car got stolen while I was warming up my car to take the kids to daycare. So I'm telling you, when I tell you I hadn't been there, done it, have been. This industry saved me from that. That's before I found direct sales. Anyway, but my point is that why it may have changed. So the first thing I'm going to tell you to do as we build this vision and we go beyond the billion is to think about your why again. Maybe for some of you, the why is the same, but the why changes. Okay. So I challenge you at the end of this call, in order for us to get beyond the billion, we got to have a strong why. It is as simple as that. Why is so important that Simon Sinek did a whole session on it on TED Talks. Okay. The importance and the power of the why. If you don't know what your why is, you are out there a ship in the wind, not knowing where your sales are going. Okay. So I challenge you. That was your original why. And thank you for sharing that and being so vulnerable. But now we're talking about what's our new why? What's our new why in 2022? What's our new why past, you know, that little thing we call that, I shouldn't say little thing, but you know what's been happening over the last 2 years, the pandemic, right? What is your why now? Think about that. You don't have to answer. If you know it, put it in the chat. What's your why now? Because that's going to help you get beyond the billion, right? Like I said, I can tell you about product. I can tell you about fast cash. I can tell you about residual income. I can tell you about all of that. Compensation plan left to right. I've had to learn it in a lightning speed time. But we're going to get back to the why, because that's going to get us beyond the billion. And then you're going to be coaching with Lanisa. You're going to be coaching with Rusty and his beautiful wife. Continue to stay at home. Amen. Right? So Carissa, I think that was Carissa. What I need you to also do is, what does it look like for you to stay at home? What does it look like? 5,000 a month, 10,000 a month. We are going to get granular. I'm going to get all up in your crawl space about how to do that. Okay. And I'm going to be completely transparent, right? But I'm going to be right there with you rowing. I ain't going to be just yelling, row, row, row. I'm going to be right there rowing with you. Okay. This is a community. Oh, Carissa, girl, where do you live? You already know what that looks like. And you put it in the chat and for God and for everybody. Did you see that? How cool was that? Okay. That's powerful. I've committed that to memory, and we're going to help you do it. Continue to say it. Exactly. 5K a month. You know the number, ladies and gents. Know the number. Okay. If you just say, well, I want a lot. Well, I could have more. Know the number. Be bold. I don't want to borrow. I hear you. Be bold. Did you see that? That just came up in the chat. Be bold. Be bold. Be vulnerable. Be honest. Grit. Resilience, right? Belief. Vision. The reason why I want you to go back to your why, because that's biblical, right? A man without vision, what? We all know, right? Okay, he's bound to perish. So here's the thing. Get off welfare. I claim that in the name of Jesus, Joy. You're done. It is done. Okay? Don't have to worry about I love we're getting vulnerable. Something for school, scrap money for it. Okay, Sarah. Okay, done. You all, as we're putting these in here as a community, we need to I'm telling you, I promise you, I will keep this chat and I will lay it on the altar for you, because I'm a God-fearing woman. And I have to tell you something before I got so much I want to share with y'all. I just don't know. Rusty stopped me from running over time. But you guys are giving me something to pray for, right? Because we all know it's darkest before the dawn. I'm dealing with some things in my life as well. And I don't want to have to wait till the next paycheck. Y'all giving me something to pray for in favor, but I need y'all. We're all going to do this together. Not live life on a payment plan. Amen. Amen. That's what they want us to do. It's bigger than that. Okay. So first off, vision, your why. Next thing, before I even get into this, what are you willing to commit to? Taking care of my mom. Amen. You know what, Stephanie? I'm taking care of my mom right now. Today, she was officially diagnosed with dementia. So advanced, right? So, it was like, whoa. And it was basically, this is not going to get any better. Hello, honor thy mother and father. Here's your next challenge. No, thank you, Stephanie, but I hear you. I'm right there in a boat. Takes a vision. Thank you, Joy. Thank you. But I didn't say that and thank you for your thoughts and prayers, but I said that to prove to you, you're not alone. I'm right here with you. So I got an invested interest in this team. I told Rusty that. I said, oh, it's game on, right? We're going for it. We're going to highest diamond and above. We're going to create a whole nother level. It's not even there, right? So you got your vision. What is your why? Go back to that. 10,000 a month. Love it. And then is it Mishan? Mishan, I think that's the way it's pronounced, but correct me if I'm wrong. Tessa, look at this. Rusty, are you writing all this down? Are you writing all this down? Because I'm telling you, I need the chat printed to me and sent it to me so I can understand. Because some of you are in all the different regions and I want to help you get there. Okay. So we know that. So vision, we know your why. Okay. So next up is, what are you willing to do? I don't know. What are you willing to do? It's not the skill, it's the will. So I'm going to ask you, what are you willing to do? I'm willing to touch my business every day. Well, God bless America. You should be doing that anyway. Touch your business every day. Follow up, making calls, prospecting, posting and host to post, right? Post to host. I've heard it both ways, right? Whatever but then it's follow up. I need to do more. Okay. I need to know what more is. More is very broad. It's very subjective. What is more? An hour more? A day more? You don't have to answer that on here because I'm going to be on a follow-up call. I hope I'm invited back. Okay. So what does that more mean? You know what I'm saying? We got to get really, really granular. Vision, what I want and why I want it. What am I willing to do that I haven't done? Or maybe I just need to get back to what I was doing. Where did the pivot happen? Okay. And then what do I need? Do you see how I'm building on this? Vision, my why. What am I willing to do? Okay. Number 3 is, what do I need in order to achieve my vision and my will? What do I need? more support from from corporate, more training, more connection with Rusty, more, I need to go to more events. What else do you need to help you get to where you want to be? You don't have to, you can put it in the chat. You don't know, that's okay. But I need to know, my team needs to know, Mark and Cindy needs to know, that Cammie needs to know, the team needs to know, what is it that you need? 30 minutes. Ronnie, you better quit playing with my emotions. Okay? Learn more about products. You got 30 minutes. Do you know 30 minutes, get this, 30 minutes is 2% of your day. 2% of your day. 4%, an hour, or an hour is 4% of your day. You know how I know that? Because I used to be a trainer at Orange Theory. And when I used to sell and close the deal, 4% of your day. Okay. Showing up no matter what. Okay. But I get that. So you got to have a checkoff system to make sure that you do show up. Cause I used to be like this. I would be like, oh, I'm going into my office. I'm in my office now. Right. And I'd be like, oh, but wait a minute. What's that dust bunny on the floor? Or wait a minute. What's that laundry that I left there? Let me go. Oh, wait a minute. The dishwasher needs to be unloaded or whatever. Then I started and I'm like, see, then I look up and let me tell you, I'm aging myself. This is before social media. I didn't have to scroll. This was just stuff I was putting up. Oh, it's a nice day outside. Look at that bluebird. Oh, there's a cat in my backyard. So then I would get all these distractions. That's the devil. Squirrel, right, Monique? Squirrel, story. I'm telling you, I've been there. Okay. So what did we just talk about? What are the step number 3? We had 3 steps: vision and why. What are you willing to do? What support do you need? Okay. This is the last one. I love this. Okay. The last part of this is, I love this. How am I going to celebrate, or how am I going to feel when I achieve 1, 2, and 3? You know why I go to how you're going to feel? It's because that's what you'll go back to, right? And you go, oh, I remember how that felt. I remember how it was when I wrote that check, or I remember how it was when I got out of that situation, or I remember what it was when I paid off that debt. I remember what it was when I turned in my resignation and said, deuces, I'm out of here, right? How do you feel, right? We got to tap into that, because the vision and the feeling. So 1 and 4 keeps us going. I promise you, dollar to donuts. 1 and 4 keeps us going. Okay. Number 5 is you got to stay in prayer. You got to keep that community. You got to keep, that sister and brotherhood around you. Okay. So let me repeat my steps. Vision and why. Willing. What am I willing to do? What am I willing to change? Okay. And then number 3, what support do I need? Right. I'm gonna see if you're listening. What's number 4? The feeling. How am I going to feel? How am I going to celebrate? What's going to be my end zone dance, as Coach talks about? And then number 5 is going to be that community. Because let me tell you, the devil's real. He's going to be just like this little bird right here. Let me show you. Just like this little bird. He's going to be like, girl, you can't do that. I told you about that. La, 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 la. This is my love. But this is a good bird. This ain't the devil bird. But I'm just telling you, that's kind of how he sets it up. Okay. So those are the 5 things. Okay. Now, see, Jax, I am new, my love. I don't know what original products, but I will talk to me about that. I got a little bit of influence, so we'll see. Okay. So right now, let me tell you, because I don't have a lot of time. I hope I'm not cut off. So here's the thing that you need to focus on to go into those 5 things that we just talked about. First of all, the excitement is the number 1, but I'm not going to put that on the board. Number 1 is going to be Foreign a Friend. Our multivitamin. Ooh, yeah. Yeah. We're going to talk about that a little bit. So let me write that down because I want to talk to, we're looking at products, orange greens. Ooh, you guys, I got some stuff up my sleeve, but I can't tell you. Okay. Okay. Ooh, I think y'all going to be very happy in summer and spring. I'm just saying. Okay. I'm not going to give it away. But it's going to be so good. I think it's going to be better than what you guys even thought. Okay. I can't give it all away. Just hang. What I need you to do is hang with me. Let me tell you an Adrianism. You may have heard this before. What you do today is the what's today? 23rd of February? Today's the 23rd of February. What you do today pays you in 90 days. Go to your calendar, check it off, X it off. What you do today pays you in 90 days because we're going to chart you back. So Mark, what Mark is challenging me to do is he wants to see it. We're already seeing it, right? We're seeing it through 4-in-1, 14 Easy, Q10, and the trend. But let me stay here. So I know my travel schedule is crazy. So Rusty, I want to be back here in 30 days, 30 days after that, and 30 days after that. Please, my friend, God bless. Because what you do today pays you in 90 days. So today, game on. Huddle, boom, we're in. What you do today pays you in 90 days, and we're going to track that. So what I want to talk to you about is the 4 things that we're going to do to drive that, okay? 4 and a friend. I know it's different. I want you to think about this, and I know y'all going to be like, what is she talking about? I'm not talking about charting anymore. Charting is good. But 4 and a friend is going to build the wealth of your business. Let me tell you something. Now, I have worked in my last company. I was with Synergence International. I'll tell you that. We were a makeup and skincare company. By the way, I love our skincare. Okay. And we were, but I was very much involved with being on the Hill and preserving our rights in the direct selling industry. So in that, why I'm telling you that is because when we talk about, I know we do the before and afters, and we talk about what we're sharing and we're changing people's lives. So I want you to know, hands down, I'm an advocate for that. So, but one of the things that they're talking about right now in direct sales, as far as the DSA, Direct Selling Association, is that it's changed. Remember, we're still talking about recruiting for sure, right? But 4 and a friend used to be 4 distributors, 4 DTs, right? And 1 customer. It's flipped. Now it's 4 customers and 1 distributor, because guess why? Customers are worth their weight in gold. Okay. The more customers, that's your right now money. Okay. So 4 and a friend, build your business. It gets you back on the map. It builds that momentum. It starts to get the product back in front of new customers. And that 1 friend, boom, is a game changer. Okay. So when you talk about 4 and a friend, cycle 1, cycle 2, we went through that with the Christmas cash. That is your main focus of what are you willing to do? You don't know yet? I'm going to give you the answer. It's 4 and a friend. The power of 5. This is all by design. You know what the 5 is in numerology? Did you guys know that? Anyone know? Before I tell you, John Maxwell wrote a book called The Power of 5. Number 5, the number 5 is the power of intention. Oh, willing, intentional, discipline. Okay. Rusty and I talked about making our bed. We're both raised by military fathers, and we're both oldest children. And my dad used to say, make your bed every day. And I'm like, nobody else have to make their bed. Guess what? Word of the year. Yes, Marion. I love it. It's not about making the bed. Guess what it is? It's the habit. Hello. It's the habit. This business, being beyond the billion, is a habit. It's a mindset. But the mindset is a habit. You feel me? Okay. 4 and a friend. Build your business. Hands down. If you're hitting the restart button, it's 4 and a friend. Okay. And we have all the things to help you do that. Right. So, you know about the fast start, you get the 150, right? And you get the 350. This is all about qualified legs. I'm not going to break it down. You guys all know this. I'll do this in my second time back. Right. And you can do this ultimate times per week. This is what we're training at the road rallies. Okay. And I may be doing this on a national level. All right. So you have them. Is anyone in this chat old enough to remember the Brett commercial? I'm telling you how old I am. And they told 2 friends, but now we're going to say, and they told 4 friends, and so on and so on. And so remember the squares? If you don't know it, Rusty put this in your page and show the Brett commercial. Okay. This is what Foreign and Friend is about. It's about all tides lift boats, baby. So this is about momentum, more customers, right? Because customers turn into what? LCs. LCs turn into DTs. Okay. Do you see it? Start with your customers and you build it. Make sense? We're tracking. Okay. So you wanted to do that. Foreign and Friend, build your business. But guess what? 14 easy. Ooh. And I'm telling you, do Foreign and Friend because the week, I don't know if I'm supposed to tell you this, but coming in March, we are going to be talking about 14 easy. All that we're going to blitz like that first week in March. And we're going to be talking about how to do it, how to prospect, how to win with it. So right now you're building that 4 and 1. You're building that customer base. Because guess what? If you don't have a customer, who are you selling to? Right? So you need your customers. Okay. So Foreign and Friends, your customers, build your business, the baseline of your business. 14 easy, build your paycheck. Right? Because that builds your BV. Hello. Can I give you just a little bit of statistic? When I wasn't here yet, but looking at the numbers, BV we had got to be like this discount company, what I'm hearing, right? Because we would pick 2, pick 3, I think something like that. And we were just doing what we needed to do to get to where we needed to be. But now it's strategic, right? Foreign and Friend, build your business. 14 easy, build your paycheck. So I saw the chat about what you need. Keep doing Foreign and Friend. Don't worry about the charting because guess what's going to have a shift? Now we're going to build wide. I'll get to that in just a second. Then we're going to build deep. I'll get to that in just a second. Foreign and Friend, build your customer base and your business. 14 easy, build your paycheck. And we're talking right now, weekly money, right? So don't tell me what you can't do. Number 2 was, what are you willing to do? Are you willing to do Foreign and Friend? Get that down. Okay. Are you willing to talk about the packs? Confident? Why would I want? Oh, that's what I was going to tell you. So we used to be at like 60 something, right? Now BV is approaching 100. So it is working. Adapt and adopt consistently, intentionally. That's your word, right? And when you do that, guess what? Because I know we're focused on rank. We're like moving everybody around. You can still do that. But here's the thing. Are you playing short-term game or long-term game? Beyond the billion is a long-term game. I don't want to make a billion, ding, 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 ring the bell and be like, oh, I'm good. That's what happens when you a multimillionaire. Million ain't what it used to be. Once you had taxes, then you're in the top 2%, blah, 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 blah. I'm not even going to get into that. But here's the thing. If you want to go multi-million, a thousandaire, maybe you want to be a thousandaire, right? I'm here for it because you build on that. So I'm all about taking the steps, celebrating the wins with you. So when we get to the Foreign and Friend, the 14 easy, it's like you are what I want you to think about. And you're like, okay, Foreign and Friend, 14 easy. Think about this because it may be hard. Like, how do I do that? Think about this. What solution are you providing? Is it weight loss? Feel good? Focus and energy with the skinny brew? Skin care? You have a solution to a problem. You can even just ask the question, how are you feeling today? I'm a little tired. Bing. Oh, I'm still in my leggings. Bing. Oh, gold jeans. Bing. Jeans party. Bing. Hello. We're about to get belly to belly. What solution are you providing? Just asking for a friend, right? Oh, I'm 52. That's really my age, right? I need a little bit more. Guess what, girlfriend? I'm going to give you a hydrate and a collagen, shake up in a bottle. How you doing? Move on. What solution are you providing? Have you thought about that? What do you need? I need to provide solutions. Okay. Make sense? When you do all that, this is a mind shift, paradigm shift, rank will follow. 4 and a friend starts to build that baseline business. 14 easy, build your paycheck. 14 easy, 4 and a friend, build your rank. Got it? One of the things I'm going to talk about, everybody's going for diamond. I hear you. Maybe, everybody doesn't want to be a diamond, but it should be. That's your goal, right? So the next thing of the mind shift is you're always a ruby. People don't tell you that. They go for diamond, go for triple diamond, go for, black diamond, 1000%. But how do you think you get there? How do you get to diamond? It's not charting. I mean, charting is part of it, but you're always a ruby, meaning you're always getting your 3. Basically, you're always getting your 4 and a friend, because the 3 is the minimums. Let me stick a pin in this. So I don't know if there's any executives on here, so I'm not about minimums. When we show you the chart in the comp plan, those are based on the minimum. So if I'm a ruby, guess what? Ruby is 3, but I'm going to tell you to go get 6 because I'm going to double down. You know why? 2 of those people are going to ghost you, right? For every 6 that you offer the business to, 2 are going to ghost you. Okay. So if you're just doing 3 and 2 are going to ghost you, now you're just down to 1. You're a minimalist. That don't work for billionaires. Okay. So you're always a ruby. You're always getting 4 and a friend. That makes sense? Thumbs up in the chat. Are you getting this? Is it too much? Am I blowing your mind? Good. Okay. And then, you're going to help others do the same, right? Then it just multiplies. I'm not saying you don't have to chart, but place carefully. Sometimes when we place people, it's the short-term game. I want you to play the long-term game. So you're constantly bringing people in. Boom, 4 and a friend, 4 and a friend. I'm selling 14 easy, building my paycheck, instant paycheck, residual income, boom, boom, boom. And I'm teaching others to do the same. Okay. Now, the other thing about that is, I will say, once you start building the team, when you get into the leadership bonuses, I'm going into the rest of my notes. You all know what that looks like. But here's the beauty. If you focus on the basics, 4 and a friend, 14 easy, everything else, and you start duplicating that, everything else will take care of itself. What I'm here to do is to keep it simple, right? So you can be intentional, so you can be consistent. And most of all, number 1 key of leadership is what? I'm waiting. Number 1 key to leadership?
Consistency.
Bingo. Consistency, which means also duplication. Okay. And when you do that, here's the thing. I talked about Q10 going to diamond, right? Road to ruby is going to get you to diamond, right? So if you're an emerald, you know what you need to do, right? To get to diamond. And we can talk about this if Rusty invites me back. We can really kind of break this down a little bit more. Duplicate yourself. Absolutely. I remember when I first joined this industry, and I remember someone said, sales, meaning your sales, will pay your bills. Building a team will pay your mortgage. What that means is exponentially, the compound effect, right? duplication of the penny. You guys have all seen that. It multiplies and monetizes over time. Okay. So when you do for a friend and you help someone else do for a friend and you do that, that's your model. That's your model. Right. And the thing is, so people go, okay, well, I know I can get people sold on the product. Right. So let's talk about 14 Easy. It's the shake. It's your smoothie. Right. It's your thermal. It's your FX. Right. And it's your cleanse. Okay. So there it is. Why wouldn't you want a system? Here's the thing. We know that's going to take you about 7 days, 14. It's going to be 14 days, but it's day 7. I'm going to be like, you only got 7 days left. Hey girl. Hey, how you feeling? What you doing? Let's get you on another 14 days. Now it goes to 28. That's your second plan. We can get into that. Oh my God, you guys, are you anybody going to be at the road show either in Dallas or in Nashville? I'm in Nashville, but I have so much I want to share and not enough time, but I wanted to leave you with this. For a friend, right? Build your business. It gets that lift and that momentum. Oh, Janelle, girl, it's all good. That just means I have to come back to Dallas. I was in AZ and it was fire. Yes. Okay. No problem. But then what happens is 14 Easy. So stay tuned. When you go to the road shows this weekend, we're going to be talking about how it all works together. When we get into March, it's going to be 14 Easy week from the 7th, I think, to the 14th. I'm probably giving away secret information, but I want y'all to be prepared and ready to go. The RSMs are going to be all in. I'm going to be all in. When you do those two things, right? It's going to get you to Ruby. It's going to get you to Emerald. It's going to get you back to Diamond because you're going to be producing rubies. The other thing that it's going to do is it all ties together, right? Who is going to join me in Punta Cana in October? I want everybody there, right? Q10 bonus. What a great treat. What a great gift. New diamonds, $1,000 a month every time you hit it. But if you re-promote, we didn't leave you out, right? Then you're going to get that 500. Okay. So all of this, I don't have enough time to get it all in. What I wanted to focus on, a couple of things, is your why, right? What are you willing to do? Your vision and your why. What are you willing to do? What support do you need? Okay. And then, so put all those together. And then how do you feel? And then surrounding that and sharing that in your community, because that builds momentum. Power of 5. 5 is the number of intention. You got this. The two things, those are the things that I want you to think about, because that is going to help you get into for a friend. You're going to talk about it with your enthusiasm and your excitement, right? You're going to be like, who do you know in this community that needs more extra income, needs the extra $400 or $500 a month? Your why is big enough to share and actually bring people with you. Does that make sense? Right? And then you're going to duplicate that. And when you get nervous or when you have a day where you don't want to meet the man, you go back to your why. You go back to your vision. You step out of the boat, because guess what? You have the belief. You have the belief. The reason why I asked you those 5 questions is because that's your belief recipe. Make sense? Any questions?
I have one.
We're going to break this down.
Oh, okay.
What's that?
I have one in reference to, I guess, month-end mindset tips. More so. That's like a question I was asking. What would be
say that again, honey. You kind of cut out.
Oh, can you hear me now? You can hear me?
I can hear you now. Can you hear me now? I can hear you now.
Month-end mindset tips.
Oh, month-end mindset tip. Oh, I just scared my little puppy. Okay, month-end mindset tip. So I'm glad you brought that up, because I had that as my closing. So, I'm going there. Joy, you just beat me to the punch. I just wanted to make sure you have. So month-end mindset it goes back to Hold on, Sarah. Yes. You're like, oh, put me in, coach. So yes, month end mindset tip is a couple of things. Let me back it up. So I approach the month is I go, where do I want to be by the 3rd? Where do I want to be by the 15th? Where do I want to be by between the 20th and the 25th? If I'm not there based on my goals, right? Because I'm a firm believer, you cannot build your month within a month. What did I say in the beginning of the call? What you do today in 90 pays you in 90 days. So I'm already tracking. So I'm at the end of February. Month end mindset is going back to your vision. What did I want for this month? Oh, I'm not there yet. What am I willing to do to get there? Right? The mindset is, what more can I do? Make 5 more calls. Set aside 30 minutes to an hour to follow up, right? I did 1 foreign and friend cycle, but gosh, it'd be great if I could do 1 more. So the month end mindset is, when is it over for you? The lady ain't singing. She might be tuning up. But what's your month end mindset? It's based on your goals and what you want to do when you come into the month, right? Make sense? Okay. So your mindset is 2 things. Am I at my goal? What do I need to do to get there? If I am at my goal, guess what I'm doing? I'm putting icing on the cake, but I'm also the last 5 days of the month. Guess what I'm doing? I'm setting it up for the next month. That's the month end mindset. I'm doing the hustle, right? And I'm going, hey girl, what you doing? I got 1 more thing to get to blah, blah, blah. I've got 1 more person to fill the square, for Ruby. I got 1 more person to do this. I need to sell 1 more pack. What is your 1 more? That is the month end mindset. Does that answer your question? Really, what I'd love to see is the 25th through the end of the month. This is a short month. Tying up loose ends, putting the icing on the cake. And if you've already done that, you're setting yourself up to come into the new month locked and loaded and ready to go. That's the mindset. I can tell you, I'm a huge proponent of, you're not a month end culture. Your month is locked up by the 20. Once auto ship runs, boom, you're building on what else you need to tie up and then what you need to do for the month that's coming. Make it easy on yourself. We're changing the game. Don't wait till the end of the month. As a leader, you are like, whoop, you're rowing the boat with your team. That's what should be happening at the end of the month. You're pouring into your team because you're done by the 25th or the 26th of the month. Okay. Then those last 3 days, you're dialing for dollars or whatever you're doing, but you're building up for the next month. So how you doing? You come into the month, you locked and loaded. Push it forward. Make it easy on yourself. What you do today pays you in 90 days. Okay. We good? It's a mind shift. And I don't need you to do it today or this month. It's great if you're already doing that. I see a lot of you already doing that. Hallelujah. But this is how we're going to shift. Because when you're on the right side of momentum, baby, playing offense. You know what offense is? You got the ball. You're checking off your receivers. I have 2 boys, so I get this, right? You're on the blocks or you're at the free throw line because you can make the shot. But the one thing about offense is great, which is why coach is telling us this, because offense, your likelihood to score is pretty freaking awesome, right? And everybody knows their position to play and everybody knows what play they're going to run and how they're going to score. That's the beauty of offense. So basically offense is what? A plan. We got the ball back. We're not playing on defense. We don't have the tiger by the tail. We're leading it. We won the toss. Game on. We got this. The wind's at our back. We can't lose. Okay. That's what we mean as far as month end mindset. It's a checkoff system. Okay. But this is where we're going to talk about. So I talked about the things that we have in place. What I want to talk about, if I'm invited back, is what does the plan look like? What does the calendar look like? What days do we do what? What? Right? What are recruiting? I used to do write this down. I'm going to save this for another call before we talk a month-end mindset. But as we go into the new month, RSVP. You know, like RSVP for an invitation. RSVP. This is how it's going to tie into 4-in-1 and 14 Easy. Recruiting and sales. That's basically 4 and a friend, 14 Easy. R and S. V is very new DTs. That's my onboarding and coaching, that one that converted to a DT, right? P is performers. Am I working with the right people? Because let me tell you, child, sometimes we want to bring everybody along and we can't. One thing that I'm going to tell you that's go beyond the billion, and, you know, with It Works 2.0, everybody that came with you can't go with you. Casualties of war. Okay? Right? Put that on the t-shirt. Everybody that came with you can't go with you. Leadership is about, you know, you got to know who kind of let go. Okay? Because sometimes that can weigh you down. That's a whole nother conversation, but that's mindset. That's mindset. All right. So I want to get into it, but remember RSVP. V stands for very new distributors, or DTs. Recruiting and sales. That's your personal business. Very new distributors. Those are DTs. Those are the ones that you're bringing on from the 4-in-1. Okay. Performers are you working with the right people? Who are my new executives? Who are my new rubies? Working with the right people. I can break that up. That's a whole nother class. I haven't even started, you guys, day number 23. But I want you to remember that. That's your month-end mindset. That's what you do today pays you in 90 days. I'll bring this all together. Rusty, you ping me and let me know if you want me to kind of spread this out and do even more, okay?
We've already sent you the dates for the next and I got two accountability partners in there for you and me.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. I was going to say, yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Got it. All right. So it's a lot of information download. What I'm leaving you with right now. Why? My vision is powerful, is biblical. Okay. What are you willing to do? So why? What are you willing to do? What support do you need? These are the things I want you to ask, talk it over, with Rusty, your leaders, all that, me. Thank you, Alexandria, for putting that in there. How are you going to feel? Ooh, how are we going to celebrate? How are we going to celebrate in Punta Cana? We have a little frosty treat. Okay. Community. Power of 5. It's intention. All right. How we're going to plug into that. 4 and a friend. 14 Easy. Making a plan. What you do today pays you in 90 days. RSVP. Recruiting, sales, very new distributors, DTs, performers, working with the right people. That's your plan. Boom. Okay. Self-development. Let me talk about that. The Power of 5 is one of the books that I love. One book that I keep by my bedside all the time is Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. I have the original 1934 version. I think it's 1934. I have to go. It's in my bedroom. And I had to tell you, the devil is real. Okay. People will tell you, you can't do this. Oh, you can't do your bank account may tell you you can't do this. I'm living proof of that. Okay. But the devil is a liar. I will tell you that. Okay. So, and Rusty and I were talking about when people get together and they're like-minded, ooh, watch out. We're going to part the Red Sea. This is what's happening. I feel it in my bones. So Think and Grow Rich. I constantly read that because the principles don't change, right? You take care of your money and your money will take care of you. A wise person told me that a long time ago. All right. And the Power of 5 is something else that I always read. And, as far as leadership, I love the book, and I can't remember well, Success is Not an Accident. It's by Thomas Newberry. What I love about that book, Success is Not an Accident, if you haven't read it, is because he always brings a biblical word with it. That's the first leadership book that I've read that actually has a biblical sense to it. And leadership is biblical, right? So those are the 3 books that I always highlight and read, because all of those books talk about setting goals. All of those books talk about, just staying the course, and the power of belief. Right. There's another one that it's called The Biology of Belief, but it's real scientific. I don't want to get into that. But those are the 3 books that I would definitely recommend. If you haven't read, or if you have read them, read them again. Because they're just so powerful. Okay. And let's start doing this. I don't want to give you so much that you can't just take one thing away. But those are the things that I wanted to share with you tonight, because I can give you all the formulas and all the examples, but if you don't have those 5 things that I talk about, it's all for naught. When you do those 5 things, success is inevitable. So, but Success is Not an Accident is fantastic. So I'm going to leave you, because I know you guys have had some really, important calls tonight. I'm just so honored that you've allowed me to be part of your space and your time and your energy tonight. And I hope I get invited back. You said
you've already been invited back. Check your
You already got invited back. I know you said
your
that.
own calendar.
Okay. All right.
We appreciate you so much coming in. 23 days is just the beginning of your 23 years. And just to add something to what she's done, next month, 20 years ago, I got rich. But I executed. So if you take what you've learned tonight and you said, I'm going to be an executioner, you won't be executed. The longer you execute this plan, and this is very simple, you're getting all the big fast start money I never got in the early days. Oh, I'm glad I can get it now. But once you continue to execute this plan, as simplistic as she put it, as Lynette helped us a while ago, you're going to get a desire to feed the hunger of self-development. Yeah. And once you execute, the more you do it, the more hungry you get, the better you become, because now you're training for the stage. We're calling this stage ready on your road to Black Diamond, beyond $1 billion. And when you make up your mind you're going to be part of something greater than you are, you have to make your contribution to you and your family. And you can never have an excuse of not getting it done. When I was 750 pounds, I sure the hell didn't feel like doing 3-way phone calls, but it helped me more than it helped the person I was doing it. I didn't feel like it a lot of times for 20 years, showing up every day at the gym when I could barely walk. But I knew I had to execute a plan of action. And right now, your plan of action has been laid out for you physically, and you've laid out a plan to acquire wealth. What you do today, you're going to pay 90 days. The difference between our company and everybody else is you're going to get this big fast start bonus that's paid on Friday. That's right. Your real money, and you continue to get that 4-in-1 and complete those over and over and over again and get to Q10. Your 90 days will be like crazy. So I'm going to say this and we're going to close. What I did the first month, this is a gospel. You call Mark. I'll call him and make him get on this Zoom now. I won't make him. I'll ask him. What I did that first 28 days of really coming after the 18 hours a day, execute. I have never missed a big residual check in 20 years. That means I make money while I sleep. And what I've done in the past is nothing. I've just erased all that. After today's conversation with Adrienne, I erased it. I said, Robin, I'm signing up with It Works. She looked at me like I'd lost my mind. I said, now we're going into 2.0, like you said earlier on the call. We're going into 2.0. We're going to rebuild this thing, but we're going beyond the building now. We're going to do it quicker than ever. And you know what? We all get to do it. It's not just 3 or 4, 8 or 10 or 600 of us. Now you guys are here, and we're going to get to do this together. As all the stuff you put in the chat, the reason that little bit of money would help you put food in the refrigerator, just the simplicity of life, it's going to get better. Free has no value. Welfare will not work. It creates dependency. We're going to act like smart CEO businessmen and women.
That's right.
Together, and together we're going to be beyond the building. And I'm going to just say this. I'm going to be very adult with you. We're going to spank the holy hell out of the industry. Get ready.
I'm here for it. I'm here for it because I want to be celebrating with you for sure. So, all right. Well, I love y'all so much. I just, oh, you don't even know. I needed this so much. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Rusty.
Thank you. It
Thank
was our
you.
pleasure. Look,
Everyone
guys,
on this call.
make up your mind that tonight's going to be the best night you've ever had. Get plenty of sleep. And in the
Yep.
morning, let's get up earlier than the rest. Let's go to bed later than the rest, but let's execute all day long and watch what happens as you grow into this next level. Good night, everyone. I unconditionally love every one of you.
Love you. Good night.